Hi, my name is Sarah. I am an aspiring software engineer, and I wanted to make a video to demonstrate my final project that I created for Hackbright's software engineering prep course. So the game I chose was called JimmyJam. It's a terminal-based Python game, and it works like a big loop. So you play the game, you either win or lose, and the program asks you if you want to continue playing. So you keep playing the game until you decide you don't want to play anymore, and then the loop breaks and the game is over. So just at a high level, there's two core loops here. There's Hangman and then there's Choose Your Own Adventure. So the storyline goes Jimmy's at a royal party. He spills wine on the king and the king is upset. So Jimmy's punishment is death. So what you do as the player is you go and you brainstorm with Jimmy and you try and think of a really good argument that could potentially sway the king and let Jimmy go. So if you win at Hangman, you take that keyword that you guessed from the puzzle to the castle and you engage in a conversation with the king and you gain and lose points to try and get him to let Jimmy go. So I guess other considerations here, we have a set of global conditions which are all set to false. So if at any point in the game a condition is met, it changes to true. And then it's just funneled through if statements. So this is important, right? If we're playing Hangman and we lose at Hangman, we don't want to break the Hangman loop and continue on to the Choose Your Own Adventure loop. We want to jump back to the main gameplay loop. So that's just kind of at a high level. So let's just run the code here. Okay, so we get a script and then it's asking us if we want to help Jimmy. So first thing I want to call out here is this yes, no. I have two functions here, one for 2 letters, one for 4 letters, and it basically just makes sure that the input that the user gives is valid, right? So it's going to continue to loop until one of the parameters is met, and then it breaks and it returns the answer. So we also have, I guess, just the upper and the strip just to make sure that the letters entered are uppercase and there are no spaces. So just to demonstrate this, if I put like a K, it's not going to let me do it. If I put random letters, not going to let me do it. But if I put a bunch of spaces in a Y, it's going to strip off those spaces, uppercase it to Y, and then a condition is met. So great. What can I call you? Sarah. Okay, so it's basically just going through the script now. It's telling us what we need to do, that we need to help Jimmy. So let's jump down to the Hangman. Somewhere. Okay. So here the game starts, and we're looking at this here. So I have a list of random keywords. So I'm using the random library to pick a number between 0 and the last number or the last word in the list -1, just because this is position 0. Yes, and we need to include that to get that first keyword. So it'll pick a random number and it'll assign the word at that position to be the keyword. I have created 12 letters. They have assigned them to an empty space, and I have stored all of those variables inside of a list so they are easy to access. And I have gone through, and for each letter in the keyword, we're assigning an underscore and a space. So that's how we can get words with a variable number of characters, and I guess just utilize that. So I guess too, we have this display gallows that's just showing you the board. Each time a wrong guess is added, then it'll show a different part of Jimmy. Yes, in this display guess progress, that's printing out the yeah, the correct in order. So that's this list here. So let's go ahead and play real quick just to show you again, a bunch of spaces. How about a G? Try again with a valid selection. Okay, just to make sure it's working. So let's say A. What letter do I guess? Let's start with a vowel. Okay, so we didn't get that right. So let's see our incorrect guesses. I'll hit C here. So wrong guess is A. Okay, so let's guess a couple more. O, got O right. So Jimmy did not get another body part. A, what letter? How about L? No L. Let's see our correct or incorrect guesses. Okay, we guessed A and L wrong. Okay, let's guess some more. How about K? What happens if we guess K again? Okay, we've already guessed K. Guess again. Different. Try again. Okay, so let's just lose here. Let's say W and Q. Okay, so the word was yogurt. You want to play again. So notice how we jump back into that main gameplay loop. So let's go ahead and run this again. Okay, yes, I want to help Jimmy. My name is still Sarah. Okay. All right, and we're back. So let's guess some letters. So let's say P. Okay, how about O? Okay, how about W? Okay, so I have a pretty good idea. I think it's woodworking, so I'm gonna guess some word. How about let's guess an incorrect word first, just to make sure it adds a body part. So let's say woodpecker. Oops, and there's that error handling, so I'm gonna guess the word. Try B, that's valid. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so woodpecker wasn't correct. We got another body part on the board. So let's try and guess the word. We'll say woodworking. Okay, so now we have broken the list or the loop, but we're continuing on because we got our word correct. So now it's asking us, do we want to continue on? I'm going to say yes. Okay, great. So, and it's using my name. How personal. Okay, so you go to the castle. There's a long line of people waiting to see the king. What do you do? Let's try going to the front of the line to ask the guard. So I'm going to say B here. Skip to the front of the line. Guard's asking us to state our business. Let's give him an alias. Let's tell him my name is Susan. Okay, and then what? Let's demand an introduction. So this one's kind of fun. Okay, guard's thinking. Absolutely not, but the king will see you now. So there is a 50-50 shot that the guard will give you an introduction. It's kind of fun. Trumpets play, doors swing open. It's a big deal. And then you get an extra point because you make an entrance. What's also kind of fun about that is I have added in a list of like royal prefixes. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if I can. It's probably in my function. Anyway, there's a list of royal prefixes. So if you decide you want to use an alias and your name is okay, my name is Queen Susan, or it's Duke. I don't know. If it goes through and it finds one of those royal prefixes in your name, the odds improve from 50% to 75%. The guard will approve a royal introduction. So how do we greet the king? Let's, I guess, be formal. Let's bow dramatically on hands and knees. Notice that it keeps my username, and then when I'm talking, I'm telling him my name is Susan, just storing that variable differently so I can access both the old and the new name. King likes it, so we got a point. So I don't think I mentioned this. So we started out with 3 points, so we need 7 points to win. So if we do something the king likes, we get points. Obviously, we got a point here. Our score is 4. So maybe first, let's try apologizing. Let's see here. As you may recall, a man named Jimmy spilled wine on you. Please accept my most humble apology on his behalf. The king recalls how embarrassed he was and scoffs. So we lost points there. Okay, maybe not a good plan. How about let's compliment him. Let's see what happens when we compliment. Might I say, what a gracious and merciful ruler you are, my lord. And we go on and give him a big, great compliment. And the king wears our compliment with great pride. We earn a point. Our score improves to 3. Okay, let's try and compliment him again. That worked. Okay. Might I also add how I admire the look of your crown on top of your head. My friend Jimmy would agree. So again, we're trying to plug that Jimmy's a good guy here. We want to let him go. King feels especially good about himself. We get a point. Cool. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try bluffing. Okay, my lord. Jimmy, the man who is about to hang, is a scientist, and I am his apprentice. The world is ending. There isn't much time. Okay, this is another one where we have a 50-50 shot here. So either the king is going to believe us or he doesn't. In this case, he did. Are you serious? How? So we got a point. So what are our options now? So we can either insist king calls us as doctor, change the subject up them. Let's see if he'll call us doctor. Please, His Majesty, call me Dr. Susan. Tell me more, Dr. Susan. Okay, so we did it. So he thinks we're a scientist. How many points do I have? 5. Let's try and double down. Let's see what happens. Only Jimmy knows how to synthesize aluminum bicarbonate to power the geomagnetron. Okay, wow, I thought for sure we had taken care of that last week. Okay, we got 3 points. So we have 8 points now. So we needed 7 to win. So it looks like we broke the loop here. I suppose I could let the wine fellow go on this time, but it better not happen again. Dr. Susan, he's still calling us Dr. Susan. Guards release Jimmy, and congratulations, we won. Do you want to play again? So now let's say no, let's break the loop, and the game is over. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to put the link in my description below. Go ahead and play around with it. Try and break it. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed writing it. So that's all I got. Thanks.